Good morning, friends. Today we will start with design steps for welded connections. In last lecture, we had seen the design steps for bolted connections and its problems. While solving the problems on bolted connections, we had seen the number of bolts required for the design. Likewise, here, apart from that bolted connection, we are using welded connections. That is, two plates are connected by means of weld. Actually, in practice, there are mainly two types of welds. One is site weld and second one is field weld. These welds are used in general practice. For site weld, that is when a work is carried out directly at site, then we required less number of equipments since the total structure is carried out at the at our shop, so that all the equipments are available, so its load carrying capacity or strength is more as compared to field weld, because in field weld we are directly constructing or manufacturing the steel structure at the field, and we are erecting that structure at the field only. At that time, some instruments may or may not be available, and we use improper means so that its strength is low as compared to the site welds. So generally site welds are preferred. So we'll start with the shop welds and site welds. So while designing stresses in fillet weld is nothing but it is a lap weld. Lap weld is nothing but when two plates are overlapped on each other and then welding is provided. Then such type of weld is known as fillet weld. To maintain this fillet weld, we are having shop welds and site welds. Just I have uh, just I have given the idea that in shop welds the partial factor of safety is less as compared to the site welds, because at site welds we are doing the construction work or the structure work at the site. At that time we are not getting the proper equipments to erect that structure, so its strength is low, so the factor of safety is more for site welds, that is it is taken as 1.5, while for shop welds it is constructed at the shop, so all the equipments are available to construct or to erect this structure, so its strength is more, so its partial factor of safety is less, and it is taken as 1.25. So in first step, when in the problem we have given the shop welds, then you have to calculate the design stress of a fillet weld, that is not denoted as FWD. F for stress, W for weld, and D for designed. That is design stress in weld, that is FWD, shall be based on throat area and is given by FWD, that is design stress in weld. FWD is equal to FWN upon gamma MW, and that is given by Fu upon root 3 gamma MW, where Fu is smaller ultimate stress of the weld or of the parent metal. While solving the problems, we see all these things, that is Fu is the ultimate stress, you have to only remember, and gamma MW, that is partial factor of safety in weld, is taken as 1.25 for shop welds, while for site welds the partial factor of safety is taken as 1.5. Now, the second step in calculating the design strength in fillet weld is the design strength of a fillet weld of length L. Suppose there are two plates which are to be connected by lap welding. They are overlapped on each other and then welding is provided. At that time, the strength is calculated by using the formula PdW is equal to, that is design strength in weld, is equal to FWD, that is design stress in weld, into L into T. Tt is the throat thickness. Here, last time in mechanics of structure, we have seen that is the formula for stress. The formula for stress is equal to load upon area, that is sigma is equal to P by A. From that, P is equal to stress into area. Likewise, P is equal to stress, this is a stress, into this is area, that is length into thickness is nothing but it is the area of the plate, and FW is the stress, that is strength is equal to stress into area, where L effective length of the weld, TT throat thickness of weld, and this throat thickness is generally taken as 0.7 S. That is 0.7 S. S is nothing but it is the size of weld, and this size of weld, when in the problem it is not given, then it is considered as the thickness of plate minus 2. Actually, we have, in guidelines we have given the T minus 1.5 to regulate or to make it a normal figure. We are using T minus 2 to calculate the size of weld when it is not given in the problem. Then suppose here PWD is equal to FWD into L into TT. We consider Fu as 410 Newton per mm square and gamma MW, that is 1.25. It is for shop weld. Then value of the design stress in weld is equal to 189.37 Newton per mm square, and design strength of shop weld for a length of 1 mm, that is strength of weld per mm, that is Newton per mm, is FWD into L. L is taken as 1 because we are calculating the design strength for 1 mm length, that is L is equal to 1 into throat thickness, that is 0.7 S, that is S is the size of weld, that gives 132.56 S, where S is the size of weld. Then a fillet weld may be subjected to direct bending and shear stresses, but the shear controls the design since the fillet always fails in shear at an angle of about 45 degree through the throat. Assume the size S of the weld based on the thickness of members to be connected. Then calculate the strength of fillet weld per mm using PQ is equal to FW into L into T, where L is equal to 1 because we are calculating for 1 mm length. Estimate the pull, that is tension, or thrust, that is compression, to be transmitted by the connections. Calculate effective length of the weld using L is equal to PdW upon FW into TT, or just we know that PdW is equal to FWD into L into T, just single formula, or PdW upon PQ. It gives the length, effective length of the weld required. Adjust this length either by longitudinal fillet welds. Now, what is longitudinal fillet weld? Now we will see while solving the problems all these things. Parallel to direction of load, or as transverse fillet weld perpendicular direction of load along with longitudinal fillet welds. If only a longitudinal fillet weld is provided, check that length of each longitudinal fillet weld is greater than perpendicular distance between them. Provide end return of length 2s at each end of longitudinal fillet weld. This end return is provided to increase the strength of the connected sections. Now we will see one problem. You have to remember that only there is a single formula, that is TDW, that is design strength in weld, that is P is the strength, is equal to FDW or FWD, that is design stress in weld, into L into TT, that is thickness of throat, and this thickness of throat is taken as 0.7 S, where S is the size of weld. So here just we are taking one problem that is a 80 mm into 8 mm plate, that is 80 mm is the width of the plate and 8 mm is the thickness of the plate, is to be connected to a 120 into 8 mm. See here, the thickness of both plates is same, that is 8 mm, only the width is different or length is different plate in a lap joint to transmit a factored pull, that is here given a factored load, that is 125 kilonewton, using 6 mm sight welds, that is we have given the sight welds of size 6 mm. Design of connection, we have to design the connection. So size of weld S is given as 6 mm, therefore throat thickness, that is TT, is 0.7 into S, it is 0.7 into 6, that equal to 4.2 mm. Then second step, design stress for sight weld. Here in the problem we have given the sight welds, that is for sight welds the partial factor of safety gamma mw is taken as 1.5, while for sight welds we are taking here sight welds, so that the factor of safety is taken as 1.5. Therefore here FWD is given by the formula Fu upon root 3 into gamma mw, where Fu is the ultimate stress in the plate, and that ultimate stress in the plate is taken as 410. Last time in bolted connection we have taken that Fu as 410. Now put these values in this formula, that is Fw is equal to Fu upon root 3 gamma mw, the value will be 157.8 Newton per mm square. From that, design strength per mm, that is for single mm, that is for 1 mm, for length L is equal to n mm, 1 mm, we have to calculate the strength, that is PQ is equal to FWD into L is equal to 1 into TT, that is 157.8 into 4.2, that is throat thickness, and L is equal to 1, because we are calculating the design strength per mm, that is for 1 mm, and the strength is equal to 662.8 Newton per mm. Then factored pull is given in the problem, and it is given as 125 kilonewton, that is 125 into 10 raised to 3 Newton. Now the effective length of weld required is given by L is equal to PDW upon PQ. PW is nothing but the given factored pull, that is equal to 125 into 10 raised to 3 upon PQ, just we have calculated, that is 662.8, and that length is equal to 189 mm. Provide this length as longitudinal welds on both sides. Therefore length of weld on each side equal to 189 divided by 2, because we are providing the length of weld on both sides. We will see the figure also, that is equal to 94.5 mm, say 95 mm. Therefore minimum length of each longitudinal weld, the perpendicular distance between longitudinal weld is equal to 80, because the width of the plate is 80 mm. We are not going to consider 120 mm. Though it is 120 mm, we are going to connect only 80 mm plate, that we require only 80 mm length of weld. So the minimum length of weld required is 80 mm in longitudinal direction. See here, this is the 80 mm and this is the width 120 mm. This is 120 mm and this is 120. This is 80 mm, and here we have provided the both side weld to connect these two plates. These two plates are overlapped on each other, and one side the length of weld required is 95 mm, and on other side it is 95 mm, and we are going to provide the end return as 2s, that is 2 into size of weld is given as 6 mm, that is 6 into 2, that is 12 mm, that is we are going to provide 12 mm end return to only give the strength or strengthen the welded connection. We have to provide the end return. So this is the actual figure after calculating the length of the problem. So next lecture we will see all another problems. Okay, thank you.